Quiet on the set.
Camera speed.
Sound production.
Roll sound.
Rolling.
Sound production. Take 2.
Welcome to the I Remember Liking That Movie podcast. Remember those childhood movies you loved? Now we're going to watch them again and find out if they're still as amazing as you remember. Or your father was right. You were an idiot and everything you watched was stupid. So buckle up, movie aficionados. Over-the-top gore? Check. Over-embellished action? Check. Gratuitous nudity? Double check. Storylines so absurd you could drive a semi-truck through those plot holes. Oh yeah, some of those movies didn't even know what a movie plot was. And that's the way we liked it. Now, here's your hosts, Anna Santos and Jimmy Coates.
Welcome to the oh Jesus Christ, sorry. Welcome to the I Remember Liking That Movie podcast. We are going to wrong one. There you go. We are going back to 1990 and we are going to look over a movie called Ski Patrol. I do apologize. I did have some ideas to do some stuff, but there were 2 snow days here this week, right in a row, and it screwed up my week so bad, like for everything. And because we always promise the kids, like if they call buses, you don't have to go to school.
Oh, that's nice.
They were all cheering for a third.
You were like, haha, suckers, the buses are running.
Yeah, off you go. All right. So how should we do this? Because we'll talk about it very shortly here. Well, let's take a look at the posters because I have them. Here is the original movie poster for Ski Patrol. Yeah. For those listening and not watching, it is the main character just running into a tree. I think there's a squirrel up there. That's a beaver or a raccoon? Beaver in the background there?
No, that's the dog.
Oh, that's the dog.
Yeah, I forgot the dog's name.
That's right.
But that's the dog.
Yeah. And then there was like the DVD, I believe, which looks a lot like Out Cold.
Does, yes. Yeah.
Now,
definitely
Out
does.
Cold would have stole from this movie.
Yes.
This came out way before. And then the Blu-ray release, your kind of Animal House.
Kind of looks drawn.
Yeah. Now, how do you think it did box office?
Oh, I think it tanked.
I could get no clear anything on what the budget was. I could not find anything.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I would hope it was low budget.
I would hope so too, because, and I'm going to share this because, I can't see this costing a lot of money.
Yeah, no.
At all. So let's share at the box office. Well, it made $8 million.
That's actually not bad.
No, because it couldn't have cost $8 million.
Oh, fuck no.
There's no way.
I hope not.
Yeah, no. Someone was. Yeah,
I'm asking, who cooked the books? Because
they were money laundering if they were doing that, which was not unheard of or not unheard of. But
no, true story. But I mean, still.
And it opened at 14th.
Also not surprising.
Back in January 12th. Well, it's winter. That made sense. But there are a lot of movies ahead of this one. Christmas Vacation in January was still making more money than this.
Damn.
Leatherface 3 or Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 opened in 11. That's not good. Back to the Future 2, Glory, Steel Magnolias, Little Mermaid, Always. These are all good movies. Internal Affairs, Tango and Cash. The War of the Roses, Born on the 4th of July. Yeah, all those I just listed opened ahead of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is not surprising.
Not surprising at all.
No. Here are some taglines. I did find them. Oh, what did I do with them? Oh, taste death, live life.
Taste what?
taste death, live life. Remember that weirdo?
Yes. Oh, right.
Yeah.
I'm
then-
actively blocking the weirdo out.
Yeah, they're the patrol that's out of control.
I mean,
That
that's not
tracks.
bad.
No, it tracks for this movie.
Yeah,
All right. Last week we watched the trailer for Ski Patrol.
we
I meant to
did.
do a short cut up to put out online, but like I said, 2 snow days really fucked my week up
I know.
because they all wanted to do something.
See, we never really got snow days, and I walked to school. School was like 4 blocks away, so there was no school day.
Yeah, there was no
Goodness.
chance.
Nope, not a chance.
I lived in rural butt fuck nowhere. So, but back then, I remember horrendous days and the buses still ran. One day I was standing here waiting for the bus. It was raining, -10. And I fell a couple times going up the driveway to get the bus. The bus stopped and slid by me. We still cool, man.
Yeah, but that was also back when like safety wasn't really a concern.
We also went, we drove in the back of like pickup trucks and
Yeah, I used to spend car rides sitting on the floor in the back seat.
yeah.
Like curled up. So I was like, but now if you
No.
don't have a car seat for your 6-year-old, what are you doing?
Shame on you.
And I'm
you're
like, I remember
ostracized.
when we could just like float around the car.
Yeah. No, we would sit in the back of a truck with no cab.
Yeah.
And I remember my uncle on many occasions try to hit bumps. I don't know if he was actually literally trying to get us to fly out of the truck.
He was trying to give you the roller coaster vibes.
Yeah. All right. So let's watch our trailer watch for Ski Patrol 1990. So let's share. Next week, we are going to watch 1990s, not 1990. We are Ski Patrol. Okay. First, before we watch the trailer, what do you remember about Ski Patrol?
I remember it being kind of a raunchy, little bit rude comedy. And look, there was not a lot of story. There was not a lot of depth.
No.
It was more like a collection of jokes.
Yeah.
Loosely held together by a story string. Not even a story web, a story string. So that's what I remember about it.
I'm hoping it's along the lines. I remember the one actor, I cannot remember his name, but I think he was Chainsaw from Summer School. I could have the wrong movie here. And I remember the little guy. And if I'm correct, you'll know it when we see it. This little guy, he was in a lot of comedies back in the day. But I remember liking it. And I'm hoping it's like, so what was that other one we watched? Out Cold.
Yeah.
Where we weren't 100% sure, but it actually turned out a lot better than we thought. Wasn't fantastic or anything, but
no, it wasn't. It wasn't, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
No.
Which says a lot.
So let's watch this. Let's watch the HD trailer. Oh, that's awesome.
So 90s.
Academy comes Ski Patrol. A comedy that goes over the edge. It's a mountain full of hot dogs.
How you doing, ladies?
And dangerous curves.
Give you a push, man?
Where good and evil
Time to put a little tarnish on Ski Patrol shine.
They're everywhere!
are going head to head. Head to toe.
Oh, much better! Oh.
And head to snow. Ski Patrol. They've got 24 hours to save snowy peaks.
Just do it!
From the vile clutches of Sam Maris.
I hate snow.
What?
Roof.
Yeah.
Make it better.
Ow! Yes!
Any more of this crap. And I'm gonna close this mountain down.
Get down! I love it!
This is better than sex.
It's got action.
Light 'em up.
Danger. Oh, romance.
I have never met a man like you.
I'll bet. And animal magnetism. Ski Patrol. It's this year's comedy that's out of control.
I'm a professional. Don't try this at home.
Oh, this is going to be terrible.
It looks horrible.
This is
But it
gonna
could be fun.
so
Was that
bad.
George Lopez?
It was George Lopez. Apparently, and that was Martin Mull that was in it.
Yes.
I think the guy who is wearing a dress and gets basically attacked by the kissing woman was Paul Feig.
Yeah, the guy from
apparently-
Summer School, that's not in here. I'm thinking of a different movie.
Apparently, Leslie Jordan is in this.
That's the little guy I was talking
Yeah,
about.
Ray
Paul Feig,
Walston. Yeah,
doing some acting before he did some directing.
correct.
Yvette
So I think it'll be
Naper?
What?
Yvette Naper?
Yvette
Oh.
Napar?
Yvette.
Who you've seen, I think.
Yeah, she's been in a
Wait,
few
let me see.
movies.
Yeah, she was in RoboCop. Hey, how
Oh,
you
the
doing?
TV series. That was one of the most expensive TV shows of its time. Like
Which
$1 million
makes
an episode. Sucked too. Are we okay? So you're gonna what do you think?
I think I'm
Oh,
gonna
Steve-
hate this movie.
yeah,
I
so-
don't know why I remember liking it. I think probably
Yeah.
because I was like 11 or 12 when I first saw it. It's, ridiculous and it's what I thought adults did. Like, before you realize what life is actually like.
Yeah. MPAA, is that what it is? Rating?
Yeah.
It's PG. No boobies for Jimmy.
No boobies for Jimmy. But there were girls in fur coats.
There were, and they had
bikinis.
bikinis on. I know it's 1990, but that's some very 80s hair going on there.
There was
So it had been filmed in 89.
I was literally thinking, I was like, this is exceptionally 1990. Because there's that weird point
that
in 1990
bright color.
where it's like it has 80s and it's the transition into the 90s style.
Yeah.
So you just have that, it's that little window so short. And this movie looks quintessentially 1990.
I think I like that part of it.
Yeah, I think I love that part.
I think the movie itself not gonna be so great,
But
but
I think it's going to be a pile of shit, to be perfectly honest. And I don't know why I thought this was a good idea. I'm sure it was funny to 11-year-old me.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Yeah. Because this would have been a rental. This would have been like on the walk to Blockbuster. This looks funny.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I did not see this in theaters.
yeah, oh, fuck no.
There was our trailer watch. Now, before we go any further,
Yes.
let us take a look because I'm pretty sure we can guess. I have not seen this. Oops. Oh, it doesn't have a rating. It only got 3 reviews. I am going to get here. Let's guess. I'm going to guess not one of them liked this movie.
No, I think at least one person liked it.
Well, the audience, it's at 52%. So just over half liked it.
There you go. See? That's something.
Oh, you're right. One person did.
I mean, I figured like a 33% chance somebody liked it.
Well, you can say the good one since you won.
Thank you.
If you have it up.
I do.
Okay.
I always bring this up before we come on because I like being prepared. It drives me nuts to go looking for stuff while filming. Anyways, sometimes a film is merely to make entertainment, to bring joy or mayhem, and then depart. That's the best way to look at a film like Ski Patrol. Harmless from start to finish, spreading a tiny bit of laughter before it goes. That was beautiful, Douglas Davidson, Elements of Madness.
Yes. And then inane 90s comedy with strong language, lots of slapstick. There was not strong language in this.
There was no strong language. I don't know.
There was a shit. I think 2 shits I clocked.
Yeah. There was innuendo, but
Yes.
no
Yeah, a
strong
lot of
language.
innuendo. Yeah.
So I was like, strong language. Did I miss that?
Yeah, here was the reception. Peter Goddard said that the film was predictable. The average age in the crowd is about 19. The average age of the jokes is about 70 and pretty lame at that.
I mean, valid.
Yeah. Okay, let us go to IMDb. Ski Patrol. 5.1 out of 4.3 thousand people. Just over.
You know what? That's not bad.
People. No. Let's take a look at some of their reviews. You want to? I'll start with 10 this time.
Okay.
1 second here. The second best comedy ever made. What the fuck?
What?
The second best comedy ever made behind It's a Mad, Mad World.
That
wow.
Dude's been drinking.
The comedy is nonstop hilarious. It's even more funny if you've actually been skiing. My favorite character is the guy with the rocket skis.
No.
If you like the movie Airplane or Animal House, dude, I would never, ever, ever put this in the same bracket as Airplane or Animal House.
No.
Go ahead.
That's terrible. There are only 2 people who gave this a 9. And the first one just says like happy memories. Oh. But I think it was mostly nostalgia. And they're like, they had the VHS. The other one was a thrilling masterpiece.
Jeez. Well, I only have 1 for 8 and it's trash, but I love it. Francis M. Hill. Yeah. But at least he recognized it was trash.
Yeah. My personal favorite of the 7 out of 10s is won't win an Oscar, but it's fun to watch. That's from Karate Boy Biff. Thank you, Karate Boy Biff. It's true.
I only got 1 for 6. It's classic late 80s. Bad, but necessary. From Chicobble 17.
We have like 4 or 5 5s. And yeah, apparently most people are just kind of mid on this. And I think this one's my favorite. At this late date, it's difficult to get too upset at how lame the movie is. Valid.
Yeah.
Valid.
I have a 3 4s, and this one is, pretty on brand. The producers of Police Academy reused the same framework minus the name to unoffensive but diminishing results.
Wow. It's kind of harsh. 3 stars for 3 out of 10. We've got my personal favorite, notable only for being out of print. That's from Steve Nyland.
Yeah, we'll get to that. I have no 2 stars. So go.
I have no 1 stars.
Oh, really? Really?
Really? I swear.
Then I need to go on IMDb and put a review. All right. So there we have the skitty of the movie. What is your initial?
It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. And basically, it was just a really long episode of Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it.
I did not like this movie. I'm not saying like mixed nuts or anything like that. I didn't hate it kind of like you. I wasn't happy. Going into it was bad. Like they charged me $8 to rent this goddamn movie.
What?
Where'd you watch it?
I watched it on Apple. It was $4.99 to rent.
On YouTube, it was $8.99 or $7.99 for a rental.
Well, I rented it for $4.99. I could buy it for $14.99, I think, and I was like, I'm not doing that. Thank you.
Well, for $8, it was the same thing, $15 to buy it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, what if it is really good? And I'm already paying $8 to rent. I just rented it.
Yeah, I just rented it too because I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm never gonna want to watch this movie again.
Yes.
So I'm gonna risk the $5. But yeah, on Apple it was $4.99.
Yes, and I was right. The little guy Leslie Jordan, but I did get mixed up because I said Chainsaw from Summer School. Who is Dean Cameron?
I believe so. Yeah.
And he was in a movie that came out in 1990 called Ski School.
Oh.
So I must have saw both of them at around the same time and just got them completely mixed up. Ski School is rated R.
Oh.
Very vulgar language, apparently. I went on to Parents Guide. A lot of booby shots, a lot of vulgar language. So I don't know if it's it's actually got a lesser rating on IMDb.
Honestly, I think I'd hate it more.
Probably. Maybe not. So the next thing that the PG rating, it was I love Police Academy.
Yes.
And I love Police Academy 2. And I like Police Academy 3 because that's when Bobcat Goldthwait, who was the bad guy in 2, decides to become a cop. After that, Police Academy movies they were so, I don't know, a lot like this movie. And
Yeah.
the other thing that I didn't like about this movie,
I know.
there's no titties. None.
There were no titties. And that's something that I kind of liked about it. Because there were no like extra titties. Because there's no reason for titties in this movie. Nobody's getting it on.
Well, there's always reasons for titties.
No,
there
there's
were
not
people
always a
getting it on
reason.
though.
Who actually gets it on?
Paul Feig's character was getting on with Arnold Schwarzenegger there.
With Tiana, yes.
Yeah.
They made out. It was
I
a
don't
kiss and then a
understand her
closed door.
hiring. I didn't understand her hiring. She's a model from Poland.
Yes.
She sounded like Arnold Schwarzenegger when she talked. There's something about you I find so sexy. And she couldn't act worth a shit.
That was true of a lot of people in this
Actually,
movie.
yeah, that's true about a lot of them.
How you gonna be mad about that?
And I'm like, the only reason you should be on this movie is for your boobies.
No, she was on this movie because she was a model. And honestly, she probably was like sleeping with, her boyfriend was
I'm like,
was a producer or something,
Yeah.
and she wanted to break into acting. And he's like, well, here's this role. It's only a couple lines. You'd be great for it because she's supposed to be gorgeous. You're gorgeous. She's an exchange ski patroller. Who knew that was a thing?
I don't think it is.
And it'll be great. You'll be from Bratislava. What? It's so random that I can't be mad about it. But also, her and Stanley, that's Paul Feig's character.
Yeah.
They have this really cute, it's fucking adorable flirtation through this whole thing where she's flirting with him and he's like, I don't understand what's happening. And I'm like, thank you, I appreciate you. And then she lands a kiss on him and then they go into a closed door. So you don't know if they keep making out, but there's like no sex scene in here. You know what I mean? And that's the only reason boobies are acceptable. Like if there's a sex scene, if you're supposed to be naked in the scene, then fine, show me your boobies. I can deal. But there's no reason to have boobies in this movie. God damn it. Jimmy.
All right. Now, here's the next best part.
Yeah, hit me.
Usually when I go to grab the synopsis, the plot, I get between 4, sometimes like 8 paragraphs. Like sometimes they're really in depth.
This was a 1 paragrapher, wasn't it?
Yeah, let's see here. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, there it is.
Yep.
There's the plot.
Correct.
Sometimes I got like Steel Dawn.
Yeah.
2 pages. 2 pages for Steel Dawn. Very complex. Beastmaster was
so
huge.
There is so much that happens in both of those movies. This movie, like, what do you say? Montage of skiing? Montage of snowboarding? This movie was
almost a complete montage.
It was just, okay, I don't know if you've ever watched these, but I'm going to tell you about them anyways. So Saved by the Bell had 2 specials. Okay, one was when they all went to Hawaii for Jesse Spano's dad's wedding.
Yeah, I heard about it. I don't think I've seen it, but yeah, I remember the...
And then the second time is when they all go to Vegas after they did Saved by the Bell, the college years, so that Zach and Kelly could get married.
Okay, yeah.
This movie literally feels like just a ski version of those specials. And it's very Saved by the Bell. And I was trying to... This is why it really bugged me, because one of the Iceman is played by T.K. Carter. Yeah. And I was like, fuck, he looks so familiar. Where do I know him from? I knew it was from a show that takes place in a school. But I was like, what? God, because I watch a lot of teen dramas. I've watched a lot of teen dramas. Which one do I know him from? It took me a hot minute. But then I remembered it was from Good Morning, Miss Bliss, or Miss Bliss's Class, depending on where you were. It was the precursor.
Haley Mills?
Yes.
Was the teacher. Yeah, I watched that when I was a kid.
It was the precursor to Saved by the Bell. And he played a teacher or something, a principal or something, guidance counselor or something on there. And I was like, right. And then I was like, that's what this movie reminds me of, Saved by the Bell. And like the main character, Kramer, that's essentially, Zach Morris. Low emotional intelligence, wacky and zany, doing ridiculous stuff. It's good.
He was also. Do I get a big picture of this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's on his Facebook. Yeah. Wow. Okay, let me show you here. Stop that screen. Yeah, because with that plot, we got to kill some time here.
Well, because most of this film is taken up by montage.
Here's T.C. Carter's Facebook page. His shot when he was in the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly.
Yeah, I would put that over Ski Patrol.
100%. And like, there's some stuff that he did that you're kind of like, oh, that's cool. So, oh God, what was the other? Well, he did Polly, which is basically the black version of Pollyanna. And honestly, I like that version better. Don't tell Haley Mills. He was on Punky Brewster. I remember him on Punky Brewster.
Oh, yeah. He was on quite a few Punky Brewsters, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Like he was a recurring character.
He was a recurring character. Hold on. I'm looking for something
so he's done
else.
a bit.
He did the Steve Harvey show. I didn't really watch it. Apparently, he was in The Nanny. A lot of times. What? Interesting. And I think he did a voice on Gem. Like the
Truly
cartoon.
outrageous.
So truly outrageous. Gem is amazing, by the way. I tried watching an episode of Gem the other day, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
how did I watch this?
Yeah, my wife was trying to get my 7-year-old to watch it. It's like, that's kind of sucks.
I was obsessed with it. Like, absolutely obsessed. And then I tried to watch an episode, I think on YouTube, and I was like, how the fuck did I watch
The whole thing's on Tubi all season. The whole season.
It was not good at all. And now that I've worked in animation, it's even worse for me.
Yeah, I just bought He-Man the complete series and She-Ra the complete series because my youngest likes to watch older cartoons with me.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling it's not as good as I thought it was going to be. But I hope I haven't watched it. They're $10 on I can't remember where I got them from, but for $10 I was going to try.
I mean, to help everybody feel better, Gargoyles still good. Still good.
Yeah, I have actually we'll talk. There's a meme where this guy reviews every movie and gives a little quick synopsis and gives everything 5 stars.
Yeah.
And it's funny. And then he's doing these cartoons from the late 80s or the 90s, goes through Gummy Bears and Darkwing Duck and
Gummy Bears or Care Bears?
Gummy Bears.
There was the one called Gummy Bear. What? Where was I?
It was a Disney one. Maybe it's not.
Now I'm going to look it up. Go on. Keep going.
And like Chippendales Rescue Rangers.
Yeah.
And then he came to Gargoyles, and he like basically what he says, unless don't ask any kid from the 80s or 90s about Gargoyles unless you have 6 hours to kill. It was a good cartoon. It was a very good cartoon. It was probably one of the complex, but not so much that a kid could follow it. But it was really well done. It was probably one of the best cartoons of its time.
Honestly, I think that might have been what piqued my interest in the supernatural.
Yeah.
So, and that's what kind of led me to fantasy shows and sci-fi shows and TV shows. Like, also, I will admit this, my sister was the one who turned me on to Star Trek because she started watching it and I watched it with her from the very first episode when it debuted in like 1988. So, yeah. So, I mean, but Gargoyles.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was so cool. How do you not love that?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
And now I've just looked up the adventures of the Gummy Bears and I recognize the characters. So I totally watched everywhere. This.
Yeah.
Oh God.
DuckTales was one of my favorite. That was a very well done
I
show.
love DuckTales.
Yeah.
DuckTales was great.
Now the other thing go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say Inspector Gadget was definitely one of my favorite. Like I remember watching that all the time.
When I was a little kid, yeah. And I don't know if it's because that was all that was on, but I watched a lot of Inspector Gadget, Care Bears. I did like the X-Men, yeah. Smurfs.
Yeah. Oh God, the Smurfs. I love the Smurfs.
I got excited because it was on Tubi. It's in French. It's all in French. I'm like, I tried to change the language. No, it's just, why would you put that on?
Crave does the same thing. Crave does the same thing, and it pisses me off because the title is in English, and then you press play, and then all of a sudden the characters are speaking French, and you're like, dude, at least put the French title on so I know it's in French.
Yeah, a little warning be nice. Last week we got quite on our poll. We got an abnormal amount of respondents for the colony, and we didn't get as many for this one. And I don't know if these people are fucking with me, but it came at 100% buy it.
I think they're fucking with you.
I think they're fucking with it because I had Buy It, a 90s comedy ski classic, Rent, a silly 90s ski comedy, Stream, Police Academy clone on skis, Skip, a PG rated raunchy comedy. And everyone put 100% buy this fucking movie.
They're 100% fucking with you.
They have to be, or
have to be.
They haven't seen it in a very long time,
or they're confusing it for Ski School,
or or Hot Dog the movie, or Out Cold, or Better Off Dead,
or anything else.
Yeah,
they're just like, wait,
Hot
there's
Tub
no
Time Machine.
Yeah, no, they're fucking with you 100%.
Okay, so let's go over this movie. This will be quick, and then we'll fill in some spots. Here is the plot, everybody. Usually we go over the plot and we add our little 2 cents here and there, and we talk about things that have happened, but I don't think we're going to get a chance here. So there are some ski school instructors who ally with an evil land developer to try to sabotage a ski patrol and convince the Forest Service to cancel the owner's lease on the ski area. At the end, though, the leader of the Forest Service wises up to the evil ski school scheme and everything backfires. Now, to be fair, kind of sums it up quickly.
Pretty much. But I mean, we can add more. We can add more.
They missed a bit.
So Kramer, he comes to town with his backpacks and his dog.
Yep.
Helps some lady push
push the car out.
Snow.
And snow gets on him and buries his dog.
Who's super cute.
By this time, I'm like, oh, fucking shoot me.
My biggest complaint about the dog is, because the dog burps and farts a lot. I don't have a problem with that. Dogs burp and fart. They do. They did such bad sound for that.
Oh, yeah.
The sound effects was shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, guys, really?
Yeah,
I did not appreciate that.
Horrible. Throughout this whole thing, there was a lot of dubbing. Like you could tell where they were talking off screen. It was off.
Yeah.
It was not a well-made movie.
No, it was not.
The only parts I laughed at was when, what's his name? The head ski guy, the little guy there.
Oh my God. When they're growing him, when he's growing.
That was so dumb, but that's kind of mean.
It was so mean. Okay, because by the end, like, I was watching it, right? But I was like, wait, because it starts with them giving him vitamins to help him grow.
Yeah.
And he's like, guys, this isn't funny. And he's like, but wait, do they really work? And they were like, yeah, man, it really works. So he starts taking them. They switch out his pants, so his pants end up shorter.
They move where he measures himself on the wall. They
move that. So they start fucking with him, and he's so excited because he's finally getting taller. Then he wakes up in a teeny tiny bed with a teeny tiny filing cabinet.
Yeah.
Like everything's teeny tiny, and he looks giant size next to everything. And he's like, oh my God. And he stands
says, I'm
up.
Frankenstein.
And then he basically comes pushing through the roof, bursting through the roof of the elf dorm.
House. They're laughing and taking pictures
with a full camera with a like zoom lens. I was like, guys, you're so mean.
The stereotypical Japanese people.
Of course. Because if you're not going to have an Asian stereotype, is it even a movie about America?
Because something would happen where something crazy, and these Japanese people on skis would whip out their cameras and.
But they would always say something, and then like there's always one English word in there.
Yeah.
Like da 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 ski da 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 da, and then they'd start taking pictures, and I'm like,
And I did like how the one guy stopped and asked the girl, and she's like, "I lost my contact lens," and he's like, "Oh," and then like, very beautiful girl. It would have been
Very beautiful.
Yeah, you could have saw her boobies. That'd be okay. But when they come back to that, and you see 30
Every man,
guys,
yeah,
going through the snow trying to
find a contact lens.
that was a little funny.
And then a random
of
guy
course.
skis up and says, "Hey, did anybody lose a contact lens?" I'm going to say this, and I might not be proud of it, but I'm going to say it. I laughed quite a few times during this movie.
I laughed more at the movie than with the movie.
Well, kind of.
It was
Like, there was some stuff that was actually funny what they were doing, and there was some stuff where I was like, "Oh Lord!" Also, Paul Feig working the stilettos.
Oh yeah,
I was like, "Those are very high heels, my friend. I could never."
It even looked like him.
I know, so
It's
pretty.
like one day he turned 80, and that was it. Like Wilford Brimley.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this also grind my gears. The hair. The main character, the girl.
Yes.
I called her Yvette. Yeah, Ellen in the actual thing. Her hair was big and 80s and a lot of hairspray, but everyone had the same hair. And I swear to God, on 3 occasions, I thought the continuity was off. I'm like, how'd she get over there? Like, she was watching them singing on the hill, and then this one girl, same hair. I'm like, how the fuck she get over there so quick? It was just a couple of times I could not tell them apart because of their goddamn hair.
I get that. I did not have that problem because I have naturally curly hair. So for me, whatever. But I knew a lot of people who got perms to have that kind of hair.
Mm.
My sister got a perm to have that kind of hair. Right? Yes. She did have that style of hair with the side part and it's just really big. And I knew a lot of people who had that hair. All of them. And they all did kind of look alike. So I'm not even mad that you confused them, but I did because of my real life experience. I got very good at telling apart people who had the exact same big curly hair.
Yeah, this was incredible.
Yeah.
Just that big 80s hair. And like it was a popular style in this movie. A lot of the girls
into
had it.
the 90s, because the early 90s, you still had that hair. Like going into like 92, I think in 93, it really started to kind of lose favor at that point. And then that's when you started getting, because like 93 to probably 96, 97 was like the CK1 heroin chic. So everybody was doing very straight hair, very, not shiny. It was dull. You had to look like you were addicted to drugs. It was a super fun time in fashion.
Well, okay, hold on one second. There we go. Oops. I'm apologizing. There we go. Yeah, like not a lot happened in this movie. It was really a giant montage and just a string of jokes hoping to make it to the next joke. The continuity wasn't the greatest. The sound wasn't the greatest. The script was
Well, because they set up in the beginning, they do the intro of the characters, which is so cliche. And I'm like, fine. It felt, I actually made a note where I was like, this is a very sitcom feeling movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like it really feels like a sitcom.
Color by numbers.
Literally.
Yeah.
So they introduce everybody, including, the rivalry between Kramer and Lance. And, Lance is teaming up with the big villain to take away the resort
from Pops.
And, even though he's been there for 40 years.
Who we're actually talking about, Ray Walston, huge actor.
Oh, his resume is ridiculous.
Yeah. What's that one? Lost in Space. Danger, Will Robinson. Doctor, what's his name? Looks like he's going to touch you. That guy.
My Favorite Martian.
My Favorite Martian.
He
he's been in a ton.
Picket Fences. Remember that show? God. But he's been in so much. And he's so talented.
So if you remember this movie, it's not hard to guess. The bad guys are trying to shut down the mountain. The good guys are trying to save the mountain. But all through the movie, the bad guys are doing these things to make the good guys look bad and lose their license. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like I just watched it this morning.
Oh my God, I watched it this afternoon at like noon.
Yeah. What do you think of what's his name? Suicide.
Oh,
That's the guy with the
honestly,
multiple personality.
I think my brain is trying to block him out.
Yeah.
Because I was like, we didn't need him.
No.
We didn't need him.
Well, he was always getting up to wacky things.
Way too wacky. But it's funny because they're like, oh, he's just a crazy man talking to himself with rocket skis.
Yeah, he has mental health issues. Rocket skis.
Rocket skis. I was like, Jesus Christ.
That shot off into a cabin dedicated exclusively for explosives.
I can't.
And then they had like when they were doing the big testing and they were handing out sticks of dynamite to everybody. I'm like, I don't think you handle dynamite like that.
That is not the way to handle dynamite. You don't just hand it out to everybody.
People.
Like, there's a reason why ski patrols and like rangers have explosives experts.
Yeah.
There's only one person, maybe two, who should be handling the explosives.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you have to blow up a mountain.
Yeah.
To prevent an avalanche.
Yeah. Oh, and when the little, what's his name? Here, let me grab his name so I keep Murray, the head, when he falls off the snowmobile and he's dangling from the mountain, and they're like, shh, be quiet, you're gonna set off a. I'm like, you just came down here on a fucking snowmobile and you were talking the entire time when you were getting him, and now he has to be quiet.
Now
he's been yelling for help for an hour.
Yeah, there's not a lot logic in this movie.
Logic. Yeah, no.
There is a lot of skiing montages.
That part was good. Those were very well
great.
Done. Yeah.
I was like, oh, these are really great, like snowboarders. And then I tried to remember when snowboarding became really popular. And I'm like, was it right at the beginning of the 90s or did it start in the 80s? And like, these are the things that run through my head as I'm watching these snowboarders going. And I'm like, I could never. I'd follow. I went roller skating on Saturday.
Like this Saturday just passed?
Like this past Saturday. And I don't think I'll ever go again. I want to try again. I sucked so much. And I wiped out at one point. And then half of my body hurt for like 4 days.
Yeah.
It was not a good time. And I told I'm like, I don't know how you do this. Because the wheels keep spinning. I'm not moving, but the wheels keep spinning. And then I end up on the floor. How? And I was like, I don't want to be at this advanced age when I break a bone for the first time. But anyway, so watching the snowboarding and the skiing, and I was like, God, these guys are great. I wish I had the balance and the coordination to do that. I do not, nor do I want to. Super good at the après ski. It's the actual ski part that I'm like, nah, I don't want to. Anyways, so there's that. There's dance montages. First, we start at the party where we have the performance by Iceman. And then we have the bar. And then there's the karaoke. Music and dancing.
Well, here, I'll help you out here. Give me 1 second.
Oh, thanks. That'll be great.
Where are you here? I don't know if we'll get in trouble for this.
Well, we'll find out.
All right. Yeah, so yes, it starts off with the two main guys.
Lance and Kramer, they do not like each other.
There's only room for one of us on this. I think that's an actual line from the movie.
I think
There's
so,
only room for one of us on this movie. And they're skiing down, and they're there. He goes into town, and he gets buried
because he's just arriving in town for the season, for the ski season.
And there's his poor dog,
who's adorable, and I just want to cuddle up with underneath a blankie.
And then we move on to the main bad guy.
Okay, but the basketball bit in this scene was funny. I don't care who you are.
When he keeps missing?
When he keeps missing, because he throws it so confidently, and then he doesn't even register that it didn't go in.
Yeah.
Like he just keeps. He's like, and you're just like, oh, that's fantastic. Oh, that's good.
And then we get your basic. Our main character here meets Pops. I think it was Pops and Out Cold.
Shit,
Maybe
really?
not. I can't remember. I don't know. Pops owns the mountain. He's been here for 40 years. Everyone's like a family. And he's like, oh, remember, you still owe me 40 hours overtime from last season. He's like, oh, how do I think I got you back? And blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then we meet the rest of, there's the niece. He goes, oh, yeah. There's Pop's niece.
Yeah. He sends his dog out to pretend that he's been hit by the niece so that he can be consoled by the niece about his dog that got hit.
Spoiler alert, we don't see her boobies. And then we get where they go into, and this is where you get to meet the main characters.
Yes.
And you get to meet Murray, who is the head. You get to see Stanley, who cannot make the ski patrol. We get
he
George
points
Lopez
out every deer.
Yeah. George Lopez is Eddie. He's demolition expert.
He's crashing through the doors, which I'm pretty sure would knock the doors off the hinges.
Probably
but
send
not
it
in this
flying into
house.
someone and kill someone.
Yeah, no, this house is fine. This house, no problem.
Myron, who actually plays, he's on Seinfeld. He plays Eddie Banyan for people listening. Then we get a couple other people, but those are your main ones. Oh, and Tiana, the exchange student.
The exchange patroller.
Yeah, the exchange patroller.
Because it's not even exchange student. It's
it's a
patroller.
From Poland or something, is she?
No, Bratislava.
No. Yeah, but yeah.
Bratislava.
She sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think you are so sexy. I'm like, that's not. And did they? Oh, and you have your basic gags, like he's talking to, because it's 4:30 in the morning and they're going to try do stuff, and he paints eyes on his lids and pretends he's awake. But
there is a lot of gags, a lot of slapstick,
gags,
a lot.
Yeah.
And then there's the little. I call it a rocket launcher. It has an actual name.
Yeah, the cannon that shoots, and there we go. It shoots, and then
fell.
Stanley falls off and lying in the snow.
And they're like, Stanley, didn't you sit there at the same position last year? Yeah. Didn't you fall off again last year? Yeah. Then why'd you do it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, Stanley, look at you being the dumb one. Thanks.
And they have a bunch of pet mice that I guess no one took care of over the summer. And they all multiplied.
Were they even in a cage?
No, they were like a plastic thing. They didn't have like anything over top. They would have gotten
it. They were free roaming. And I'm like, that's weird and unsanitary.
Here's Suicide meeting.
Yes.
Murray.
And introducing Murray to the band.
Yeah, the band. He's multiple personalities.
Right there.
Yeah, there's one.
There's one member of the band.
Yeah, the guy that's the guy that's scared and and then there's the other. Dick. Yeah. He's a little more aggressive.
Super fun.
Yeah, and he was just a rascal and got into a whole bunch of trouble. This is a big mountain.
That's a huge mountain.
Skiing down here, and it's not done. He goes to multiple hills where people are skiing. Like I first I'm like, how big is this fucking mountain?
It's huge.
Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it could be that big.
Do they ever say where this film takes place?
No. Yeah, and he gets away and he's causing trouble. The way they stop him though, it was not good. That whole
where he steals the ski sail.
Oh no, that's at the end, near the end.
Oh, that's at the very end.
This is when he's just going and they do the fake rope. And it's like, oh no, it's a rope, and they're pretending to get him to think it's a rope and wipe out. I'm like, why wouldn't you just ski around them? There's more than enough room to do it.
Or I don't know, use a real rope. Because if you're on the mountain and you're ski patrol, you have a rope. I don't know why everybody was so excited about a bunch of tobogganers.
Yeah, and yeah, they're having the main bad guy is having a little get together, and of course the wild and crazy ski patrol and their toboggans and stuff. I don't know how fast they got back up the hill to go back down.
We have no idea.
How
that
did
big
how
box
they
was
get that
ridiculous.
fucking speaker out there?
You're like, I'm not carrying that shit up the mountain. There's a lot of logic problems and feasibility issues.
Yes.
Like, look, another downhill montage. We're going to call it a downhill montage because it includes people sliding down on inflatables. And
if you love montages, this is the movie for you.
This is the movie. And then it's so like 80s, 90s, like sitcom.
Yes.
Just much longer.
If you remember this being like a raunchy comedy, 'tis not. You got it mixed up with something else.
I mean,
like, she's up there. The main girl's up there with her hair, and the girl in the white and black. I thought that was. I'm like, how the fuck did she get over there? But it's a different girl. They're same hair.
Oh, look at the same style sweaters. Fantastic with the collared shirt underneath peeking through.
Yeah.
Also, why does nobody lock their doors?
Nope.
They're all like, everybody can just walk in here. I'm like, what is wrong with you people?
And then they have a birthday or celebration because it's Pop's 40th year.
Yeah.
And then that's when you get the mice. The bad guys put mice on the cake.
Yes.
And they get their first warning. Yeah.
It's a very interesting movie. Like, it's hard to talk about it for a very, very long time because it's essentially the same thing happens, but everybody's wearing different outfits.
Like, look at that. How cartoonish is that? The guys left. They left on their snowmobiles, and then as soon as they leave, the two bad guys pop out from the corner.
Yes, wearing matching outfits.
Yeah,
this is when they're looking for the contact lens.
That was kind of funny. And then they took his breaks, and he ends up in the woman's bathroom.
In the women's washroom with Officer Kravitz.
Yes.
Yes.
Who's the one that's giving them trouble all the time.
Giving these citations.
There he goes.
Just running right into the women's washroom.
This is such a bad movie. Yeah.
It is ridiculous, I will admit. But it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
No.
I will give it that.
And of course, you have your love story between our main two characters, Jerry and Ellen.
Where he's really, really trying to like make out, get laid.
Yeah.
And she's all like, let's hang.
Yeah. He's like, get out here, you.
Let's make out in the snow.
Yeah.
While it's snowing. That does not sound like fun to me. Not rolling around in the snow. Oh, that's just mean.
Yes, when he pops death. So
mean.
there is not a lot of plot. There's a lot of skiing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of running gags.
Mm-hmm.
This our suicide guy, the little rascal there. He steals the sail skis. And the main way this ends is that he hooks a rope on them before they go over a cliff and throws them down. And I'm like, you could have just fucking fallen to the side an hour ago. Like, you could just kind of grabbed him and pushed him down, and you guys would have wiped out, kind of like you just did here, and saved yourself, almost dying.
Could have saved yourself almost dying.
I get more angry the more. Then they set up Eddie, George Lopez.
Wait.
For
I made a note
shoplifting.
about that one. Ready?
Yeah.
My note was racism. At least Lance is staying on brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Eddie gets sent to jail, and this grinded my gears too. So
ethnic fellow, that was the line. That ethnic fellow over there. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
So they're like, well, we got to get Eddie out. We have our big thing, and we need our explosive expert. And then our whatchamacallit guy here,
yeah,
Iceman, he's like, oh, I guess I can pawn my big ghetto blaster. And then he's like, oh, wait, that's what we'll do. And then they grab a paper and there's a talent show in the bar they go to every night that kind of eluded them right up until now.
Correct.
And it's $1,000 to the winner. And that's exactly what they need to get Eddie out of. I'm
also,
like,
Kramer noticed that from across the room.
yes.
That little newspaper ad. He noticed it from across the room.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck you, Ski Patrol.
And he's like, I could do this. I could put together a whole thing because I could record many voices on here and a choreographed singing and dancing. Yeah. I just need a really good dancer.
It was a state-of-the-art ghetto blaster thing. It's basically just a stereo glued to 4 speakers.
Correct.
It's a very shitty prop. So they go to the talent show. And they come out as Tina Turner and Ike.
I'm assuming.
Summer's here and dancing in the street.
Someone.
I thought that's why he pretended to slap her.
I didn't recognize the song. So I was like, oh, okay.
Dancing in the street in New York City. I don't want to play the music or else we'll get flagged.
Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah.
And why is everyone like, it's like they're at camp. They're sitting cross-legged on the floor in a bar watching music.
Right?
I'm like, what is going on?
The only time I sit on the floor of a bar,
when I'm passed
trying
out
to hide from the creep, or I'm too drunk to stand up.
Yeah.
I never willingly choose to sit on the floor.
Yeah. But I was watching this going, why? Why are you sitting on the floor? It makes no sense.
I don't know why, but I think my brain was so focused on Paul Feig in the heels because I was like, wow, those are really high heels. And he's wearing, I didn't recognize that the people were sitting on the floor until they all stood up. And I was like, were they fucking sitting on the floor like crisscross applesauce?
Yeah.
So I went back and I rewatched it and I was like, oh shit, they are. Who does that? Who sits on the dance floor? Who?
And then Stanley gets rewarded by being molested by
I mean, to be fair,
she
Tiana
did say that she needed
permission.
Yeah, she needed very progressive for 1990.
I know, right? There's something I've wanted to do. I need to ask your permission. He's like, yeah, go ahead. And then she pounces.
Yeah.
And I was like, look at that. Getting consent before jumping somebody. That's amazing. And it was still hot. It wasn't actually hot. Who am I kidding?
No,
this
it
was
was
not
not.
a hot scene. Nothing in this movie was hot.
No.
There was no sexual tension between anyone. I feel like the two, like Kramer and the niece, what was her name? Ellen. Kramer and the niece, Ellen, they didn't have any chemistry.
No.
It was terrible.
And then the final nail in the coffin is they got the cannon thing ready.
Yeah.
And they shoot it and they blow up a cabin. It was off by 50 degrees. I'm like, 50 degrees? You should have noticed.
My favorite part is George Lopez's character says, it was perfect an hour ago.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you telling me that you don't look through the sight before you shoot something?
George Lopez just blindly fucking fires a cannon.
Yeah. He's just like, no, it's
like,
fine.
Look, I looked an hour ago. It was fine. I don't need to look again. Heads up.
Why would I look again when I'm about to shoot something?
Yeah. 4
that blows shit up.
So that was the final draw, and they what's her name shuts down the mountain. And Pops is like, oh no. What am I gonna do?
What's happening? And then they overhear a conversation. No,
they see them celebrating.
They see them celebrating and they're like, wait, I know what happened.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Jesus Christ, guys. Then they tell Pops. Pops is all like, what? We have to stop them. And then this guy causes
guy
stuff.
There goes his rocket. Yeah. And shoots a cabin. They look at explosives, a cabin. Well, I guess you got to store it somewhere.
Yeah. See, and then he spills something on his coat, but the explosion triggers an avalanche
Yep.
or just something. The little hot dog stand goes flying. He gets knocked over by a tree and a rock
That's when he says, "Oh shit."
because he
That kinda
sees the
made
tree
me
and the
giggle.
rock and doesn't even try to stop. He just keeps going.
This is a very dangerous mountain. Like, I'm
It's
surprised people
wh-
aren't
like
dying left, right, and center here.
what the
Yeah, he
fuck
gets it
is
caught in the
he?
faucet.
And the best part is, Pops is like, "You need to get away from there right now. You need to get away from there right now." And he's like, "I'm stuck and I can't get out." And Pops is like, "Okay, bye."
Look at the guy in it, just like,
Hot
you're
dog
on
guy
your own, dude.
leaves.
He could have unhooked him before he jumped.
Pops
He's
could have
like, "I'm
unhooked
out."
him.
Yeah.
If he had just taken 2 steps closer, he would have been unhooked. But no, he starts taking steps back and he's like, "No." Then everybody hops on snowmobiles to like go help him.
Yep. And our Stanley and Arnold find him.
Stanley and Tiana find him
Yeah.
and they have the dog with them.
And she's like, "Go head for the chopper." And he's like, "There's no fucking chopper here. You're in the
Or
wrong
she
movie."
says, like, "I can rappel down." And he's like, "We don't have the right equipment." And she's like, "Oh no." And then he has an idea. And I know it has to do with the dog. And now the hot dog stops.
And then the hot dog stops with our main bad guy, and it's teetering on the edge of the mountain.
Also, why is the hot dog on skis?
Why is
And
the
then it
hot
gets
dog on
covered.
skis?
The hot dog is on skis.
This part killed me too. For those listening, the bad guy is teetering on the hot dog stand, about to fall over, and they're going to help him. Look at them help Pops down the hill. This
Correct.
guy's about to fucking die, and they're helping old man Pops down the hill.
Well, he had to be there for the, extortion.
So they put a rope around a pole on the hot dog stand, tie it to a tree. And Pops is like, "No, I'll go get I'll get him out." And then he basically tells him, either you tell them what you did or I'm going to let you drop.
And he finally agrees. He confesses to everything. And Kravitz, luckily, is there. There goes the hot dog.
There goes.
Goodbye, hot dog.
Just trying to not let it play too long. Just I want to see if this works. This would be great to do during. Yeah. If not, this episode will have to be taken off of YouTube.
I mean, nobody's going to miss it. Let's be real.
No.
Nobody's going to be like, "Ski Patrol, where is that review?"
Okay, before we get to here, hold on.
Yeah.
Before we get to this part, yes, the dog who Murray is allergic to, the leader of the ski patrol, the main guy, has throughout the entire movie wanted the dog gone, and the dog is the one that saves him.
Yes, the dog very slowly walks down the ledge that is right next to him.
Yes.
To get that rope to him.
Yes.
The exact same rope they could have thrown down to him.
Yeah.
But they had to have the dog.
No, they had to have the
he
dog.
has to sneeze. He needs to sneeze, therefore.
I'm sitting there going, really? You couldn't lower it to
Apparently not.
You were right above talking to him.
Yeah, nope.
You're dog had talking to him.
The dog had to be involved in the rescue.
Oh my God. And then this was the next part. The 3 ski instructor bad guys were like, "Let's get out of here." And they take off on a snowmobile and pulling the main guy with a rope. And I'm like, where the fuck are you going? 1, I don't think you're in any trouble, really. 2, they know who you are.
Yeah. You can't there is no mystery.
No.
And it's funny because
you're not a Bond villain. It's not like there's a helicopter waiting to whisk you off to some uncharted island.
Well, now the bad guys have split up. So Lance has gone one way, the other 2 have gone the other. They're using a TheraBand.
Yeah.
To like bring Kramer behind them. So now he's through the trees and he gets there before the other guy. Now he's made a little lasso.
Yeah.
And it's like
how he got this far ahead of him, because he's got to take his glove off, tie up the band.
Yeah.
And then, oh my God, perfect.
Gentle touch. Then he's holding on to a little teeny tiny tree breaks, looking directly at the camera, breaking the 4th wall. Thank you.
Yeah. And then this is some impressive skiing being tied together. Our bad guy and
Yes.
good guy being tied together and skiing down these. This was very well done.
The skiing, like
This-
the mountain sports in this movie, very,
Phenomenal.
very entertaining.
Yeah.
Really great, really well shot. Love it all. Everything that surrounds it. Little
Yeah.
sketch.
And they get the bad guys, and Stanley
Yeah.
becomes fine. He gets to become a ski patrol. Arnold's trying to get them all drunk.
Tiana. She doesn't, I don't think she sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No?
She's a lot easier to understand.
Okay, Arnold Schwarzenegger's sister.
Who spent more time in the US.
And then the romance, they go skiing.
Yes.
Yeah.
In very 90s and late 80s
Oh, wow.
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's our
is
movie.
Our movie. If you followed along.
God bless.
All right, what's your score for Ski Patrol?
I think this one is a stream it. It is not as terrible as I thought it was. It is very nostalgic. And if you like sitcoms from the 80s and 90s, and you like, that kind of cheesy, kind of family friendly, just ridiculousness. If you like slapstick comedy,
Yeah,
if you like gags,
later police academies. Yeah.
yeah. If you like that kind of movie, this is a fun movie for you.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. So I did laugh a few times. I didn't think it was terrible. I didn't think it was good either, but I didn't think it was terrible. And I was like, yeah, I'd watch this again as like background movie. Not something I ever want to pay attention to again, but yeah, like if it was on TV, I'd stay on the channel. Do I think you should pay money for it? No. But am I mad that I paid $4.99 for it? Not really. I'm not mad about it. It's an acceptable loss. I will never do it again, though. I won't pay money for it again. So I think this is a stream it.
Okay, stream it. I am mad that I paid $8.
As you should be.
Now take that aside. I'm kind of where you are. It's not a skip it. I'm not, but I am going to say stream it with a warning. If you have not seen this movie since the 90s and remember it very fondly, be careful. It could be ruined. I got it mixed up with a different movie, and those the later police academies. Remember Leslie Nielsen just started doing those spoof movies? Like tons of them. And they're just silly PG slapstick comedy movies. That's what this is. It's not horrible. Do not spend money on this movie. It is hard to find, though. That's the only thing. You cannot. It is a hard movie to find. But yeah, I would say stream it. I don't pay money for it.
Yeah, I don't. Look, I'm not mad that I paid the $4.99, but I don't think it's worth $4.99.
Yeah, no.
Especially for a rental.
Yeah, a $1.99 or a $9. Like they should really categorize and have like the 99-cent section for rentals.
Well, they do on Apple.
Do they?
Yeah.
Maybe I should be more. Yeah. So thank you for coming back to 1990. Do you want to add anything to Ski Patrol?
No.
Yeah. Thanks for coming back and watching Ski Patrol from 1990. And until the next movie we remember liking.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.